dating dynamics, man.
Dating,
That's
baby.
me and Alex's segment. We're talking about the dating stuff. Um, so I've noticed some things in my life, and this is gonna be a life hack
Mm-hmm.
segment because we are gonna tell you guys the things you should not do when you're dealing with women.
Mm-hmm.
So now, of course, these are just our opinions.
Right.
And of course, as you get commitments and stuff like that, it's funny because the nail thing with my wife.
Right.
So I made a bet. I'm gonna tell you guys this shit now because I am a Boys to Men member and I have to clarify this shit before you guys see some shit on the internet. So when you are in love and you are married, there's compromises. There's gonna be things that you're gonna do. My wife has a nail business, and she thought it'd be funny for me to get my nails done, like the fake nails. I'm like, yeah, right. She's like, I'm gonna do a poll. So I'm like, I'm gonna do a poll too, and we'll see what happens. We'll make a bet. I'm like, I guarantee you, they're gonna say no. And she's like, what happened was we got like 50 something responses, and they all said yes. Men too. All the guys said yes. Like, I would support my girl. I put, would you let your girl put nails on your hands? Yeah, 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 yeah. Every female wants to see it. She posted a video of me getting a manicure, got 300 likes on it.
Yep. Yep.
And I'm just like, dude, this just I've been telling her a couple of stuff on the internet is big, but the point I'm about to make is that when you're in now, I would not do this for anyone that's not my wife. So when it's your wife, it's a compromise, and I'm telling her, like, hey, look, if I do this, this is my, initiative for a stripper pole in this studio. So I'm doing this for you. It's your business, but I think it'd be cool when we get a studio to have a stripper pole in there, just in case shit. I'm not doing it,
Entertainment purposes.
Yeah, entertainment purposes. You just never know how it can turn, as a joking matter, but. Of course, I'm going to support my wife.
100%.
I'm going to let her do it. They're going to pop off, and I just want to put that out there. Just get your shit floated on there. I don't think that this is acceptable, and I don't think you should do this shit, but I'm using it as a teaching lesson that when you are married, you have to do things you don't want to do.
Yep.
And
Randall's being the sacrificial lamb for us, man.
Yeah.
So he's taking one for the team. Don't hate.
Man.
And just appreciate what he's doing because he's doing it for me. So I don't have to get nails. He's doing it for you so you don't have to get nails. He's doing it for my guy Murph so he doesn't have to get nails. So thank you, Randall.
Yeah, no problem. And she just wants me to do it as a joke. It's entertainment. It's for her. She wants this content. It's funny to her.
I'm gonna find it funny seeing your big bodybuilding butt with press-ons on. I mean,
yeah, man. But here's the thing: I'm gonna make him say B2M on it. So because you can draw anything, I'm like, you gotta put my logo on those motherfuckers.
Killer threw that Cardi on my wrist and he said shine. All these diamonds in this bitch will leave a motherfucker blind. Gotta get the feel of it. Said I'm next up in line. Motivation to the city, yeah they know that it's our time. We was waiting up in line, now the line wait for us. Brother see the hoeing nigga since he put up on them bucks. Suckers showing all their hands, but we know that it's a bluff. Real repty with them niggas finna turn the city up. We just.
Hey, these are the things you should not do when you meet a woman. So if you're not with a woman, if you're not getting what you need from this woman, if it's just like, hey, I met you on Tinder or I met you at work or, just meeting women before you, I think it's safe to say before you get a commitment out of it. Because when you get a commitment, things change.
Yeah.
Like you can do, you got more wiggle room. Like, I can text my wife 5 times back to back and nothing's going to happen.
Exactly.
But if you text your wife 5 times, a girl that you just met 5 times back away, she's going to block you.
You done fucked up, you do that shit.
Right?
Yeah.
All right, so, you have a list?
Yeah, I have my list ready to go. So you want me to start with number 1?
Yeah, go ahead.
So the number 1 thing I'm going to say not to do when you first meet somebody is to lie, man. Lying is like the worst shit you can do because number 1, it's like that age-old saying, like, a lie is always going to come to the surface.
Right.
So you're going to, cover something up right from the gate, and then you're going to have to worry about keeping it covered the whole time you're with this individual.
Yeah.
It's going to have you have, inner thoughts because you have inner dialogue that, shit, I'm covering this up. I made this lie. I made that lie. So I see a lot of dudes do that too. They cap hard at the very beginning to try to get what they want, thinking that, this is going to get me what I want. And then like at the end, it's like you're setting the trap for yourself. It's going to bite you in your ass. Yeah. It's just a matter of time.
Yeah, it's a trip because my dad. So I left home, gone. We weren't talking. So my dad met a woman, which is my stepmom now.
Right.
But when my grandmother died, we got back in touch.
Okay.
So he was like, "Oh, my son called me." She's like, "What son?"
Oh shit.
Because he just had my sisters, my two sisters, we're stepkids.
Okay.
And like, so we all went our own ways, and he's like, well, they're gone, you know? And,
Right.
So
Wow.
he met this girl, he's like, since I got 5 kids, I got 2, you know?
Yeah.
And then when my grandma died, you know, I'm like, oh, I'm going to the funeral. He's like, yeah, my son just called me, it's been like 5 years, because I really didn't speak to him.
Right.
And when he told me that, I was like, damn, you didn't even claim me? Like, jeez.
How did that play out for your dad though? Like,
fine. It was fine.
it ended up all good,
Yeah,
or
they're married. They're having.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it's funny because like when you love someone, you deal with it.
Yeah, no, definitely. I'm just saying, like, maybe, she probably gave him shit for a week or two.
I don't know the details.
You know, but yeah, we don't know the details. But that's just like what my wife would do to me if she's like, "Oh, you had 2 kids, you didn't tell me," and blah blah blah. Yeah, I still love you. We're gonna stick this out, but I'm a little pissed to you. You're gonna get the shitty attitude for 2 weeks or something. Minimal.
Minimum. You're gonna buy me a car.
No, but that reminds me of like lying, right? Yeah. I remember when I was younger, I was at the club. One of my older homies, this guy's, wild man, used to drink, and he used to cap to women all the time. Just in the club, drunk, just capping. And I remember, I was like 19 years old, and I go outside, and he's talking to this beautiful girl outside. And I walk up, and he's like, "Oh, this is my little brother Alex right here. He's actually, he's studying to be a doctor. He's an MD." And he just handed me off to this girl and bounced. Yeah. And I'm standing there with this girl, and he just told a lie on me, right? Mm-hmm. And now I got this girl asking me all these questions like, "Oh, are you in pre-med? Blah, blah, blah. What school do you go to?" The whole time I'm like, I had no clue what to say. You know what I mean? I was just, "Oh, I'm sorry, I got to go to the bathroom." Yeah. He thought he was setting me up with a good thing, But at the end of the day, I already knew, shit, I'm way over my head. There's no way I'm going to be able to keep this lie up. I need to exit stage left ASAP.
You should have just kept the lie up to get the cookie and then admit the truth.
Yeah, but I was going to get exposed too fast. It wasn't even going to get to that point because the question she was asking me, I had no clue what the hell to answer, So I was just like, let me just get out of here.
Yeah, so just be your authentic self. You don't have to lie. Like, and I think that's good too, especially if like, what if it does work out? A lot of times, you might slide just to get the cookie. Then what if you like her and then you got to fucking live those lies?
Yep.
And who said it? I can't quote the person, but there's a famous old school person. He's like, if you always tell the truth, you never have to remember.
Yes.
You know who said that?
I don't remember who said that, but actually when I was thinking about lying references earlier, that one actually went through my head as well, but I don't remember who said that, but that is...
I think it might have been Frank Douglas's or something like that. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. So let's just reverse that.
Some badass said it. Some badass
said that, So the second thing, and I think this is super important, when you meet a woman, you should never, ever, 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 ever reveal your interests too soon. What that can do is just automatically put you in the friend zone. It should be a woman telling you that she likes you. So it's like you don't want to keep it mysterious. And even if you do like this girl, you cannot tell her that. People think that's gonna work in their favor, but it doesn't. I see like guys will like admit like, "Oh yeah, I was thinking all this magical like this, and I was doing this for." No, you can't do that. You gotta act like you get girls. So it's like it shouldn't be that big of a deal to you. You know, and that's what's gonna keep you in the long term. So like when you meet a girl now. Of course, when you're in a relationship, you can tell her, "Oh, yeah, I was thinking about you today." But, like, if you met a girl in 2 weeks and you're like, "Damn, I was thinking about you." Like, you shouldn't do that. Like, because and if the girl is, like, needy, then, yeah, that's fine. But, like, a lot of women these days aren't fucking needy. Matter of fact, they get so much motherfucking attention that they gonna cut you off for saying that.
Yep.
It's unattractive. Like, what? I got 10 dudes right now, and none of them are giving me this attention. That's what you really got to know is that they're talking to 3 or 4, let's not make them bad. Right. 3 or 4 guys at the same time. If you're the only one doing that shit, you're out.
Yep. You automatically disqualify
they're
yourself.
They're going to know that that's not what, strong men do because these other guys are portraying it different. Like, he ain't never got no time for me.
Right.
And that's the one that's going to, get her.
Mm-hmm. And revealing yourself too quick is just like you said, it can be creepy. Yeah. And it's damn near, weird. We've all been in that place where we're in the club and we meet an individual, whether it's a male or female, and, they're drinking, you're drinking, whatever happens, and you sit down with them, and this person literally catches you up with their life story in about 5 to 10 minutes. Yeah. You know what I mean? And you're sitting with them that 10 minutes later, and it's like, holy shit, I'm on this ride with you now because you literally just told me everything about you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's a little weird. And like you said, when you reveal your interest to people, that's also really weird. That's going to turn people around. That's going to make someone do a U-turn real quick because it's like, oh, I'm just here at the bar looking for a wife, or, you know, I'm just at the bar because I'm really lonely and I haven't, you know, had sex in 2 years. And it's like, what the fuck are you? That's when keeping it real goes wrong.
Yeah.
Goes wrong.
You can lie about that shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Lie about that
Lie
shit.
your ass off about it.
If you haven't had sex in 3 years, don't tell no one that. And just be careful what you reveal.
Yes,
Okay?
definitely. We're going to go on to number 3.
bro.
So I'm going to say create high expectations, man, because I've seen a lot of dudes do this. Like, they think, oh, our first date or our first time meeting, whatever you want to call it, our first time going out, I'm going to go like you were talking about in the episode before. We need to go get bottle service, and I'm going to go wear my $300 Gucci belt, and, you know, I'm going to go blow, you know, $1,200 on the night. I've seen a lot of dudes do that and create the high-ass expectations, and again, it's like leading with your wallet like we've talked before. It's all bad, but don't create those high expectations off the gate because you can't continue to meet them. You know, create realistic expectations.
Yeah, so it's like one of my favorite podcasts is $1 Million Worth of Game. And Gilly, he does this thing on the internet where he reads DMs.
Okay.
So he was like, this girl hit him up. He was like, hey, my boyfriend told me that I was going to have his baby, buy me a house, and marry me. Well, he bought me the house, but he ain't give me a ring. So I'm going to give him an ultimatum to either marry me or I'm going to leave him. And Gilly was like, what do you want, a perfect guy? Like, he did 2 out of the fucking 3. You know what I mean? And it's back to expectations. You can't say the shit that you're not going to do. So where I think that girl is hella wrong for even getting on the internet saying that this motherfucker just bought you a fucking house in this economic...
Insane.
And his answer to the ring was, I can't financially afford a wedding right now. Because you can get... Some girls ain't going to go to courthouse with you.
Right.
Like, you know...
Most of them won't these days.
Most. No. So, like... I understand, you know, that whole conversation, but my thing is, as a man, don't give expectations that you can't keep.
Yep.
If you say you're going to do A, B, and C, as soon as you don't do one of them, it's going to be used against you. So don't say that shit. I aim low and over deliver.
Yep. And that's also the kind of the woman, if you are to go into a relationship with her in the future, that's kind of the one that's the keeper, right? You don't want the girl who is getting with you because she thinks... you know, she can get something out of you, or she thinks, you know, you're going to be
but
whatever
it's your
it
fault
is.
for even saying that.
Exactly.
Why would it... Okay, if I tell you, hey, man, come get on the podcast, I'm going to pay for your gas, I'm going to buy you breakfast, and I'm going to give you a hotel.
Right.
And then when you get here, I don't get you a hotel.
Right.
How do you feel?
I feel like you fucking lied to me. I feel like...
Like, bro, I only came down here for the fucking experience. You promised me...
Right.
You promised me breakfast.
Right.
You promised me a room.
Yep.
And you promised me a stripper.
Yeah.
You
Yep.
gave me 2 out of 3.
2 out of 3.
Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is this shit?
Yeah.
Hey, man, like, don't fuck boys to men. These motherfuckers are liars over here. I gave you 2 out of 3, bro.
Right.
But you sold me this dream.
Right.
I was telling my whole family about this shit.
Right.
And you didn't deliver.
Not good enough.
You know?
No, I feel you. You have a totally valid point right
And that's
there, bro.
I look at that. That's why I really don't make promises I can't keep. Because, you know, it's only, even though you're trying, see, women don't give a fuck about that.
Right,
It's
exactly.
results.
Exactly.
They only care about results. They don't have the ability to see you trying.
Right.
They have the ability to see that you didn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's nothing against them.
No, it's black or white.
Yeah, I'm not even mad at the way that they think. Like,
No.
like it makes sense. Like, I
Yep.
told you this. Kids are the same way.
Yeah.
The only thing about kids is that they'll forgive you.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
fine, daddy. It's cool.
Right.
2 out of 3, that's fine.
Right.
You tried. I
Right.
see you trying.
I'm still happy with these 2 things.
Yeah.
I'm not just going to focus on the third thing that I didn't get.
Yeah.
But hey.
Yeah. All right, so the next thing is don't be a fucking rebound.
Oh.
All right, like you just can't. Like if you're in that conversation and they're like, "Yeah, I just gotta have a 6-year relationship," don't because the thing is, honestly, you could just it's a temporary. You're a temporary thing because they get back together. You gotta give that girl some time and space.
Yeah, you do.
So I would be the smooth guy, put her in the fun zone, and let her heal and do what she's doing. So that way you don't fuck it up to where you can't have that no more.
Right.
Because what happens is, like, if you just pull back and let her fucking see that, you know, you ain't tripping, let her deal with her problems. Sometimes you might push her back into the arms of that motherfucker in the first place.
100%.
So I would avoid being a rebound in general unless it's sexual. So
Yeah.
like if you're a rebound, like you're at a bar, like I just gotta, because that kind of comes up.
Oh yeah.
How long you been single or whatever? I was in a 10-year relationship. Well, when did you get out of it? 2 months ago. Oh, okay.
Oh, shit.
Okay. I'm a smash and that's it.
Yeah.
Because 10 years, motherfucker, like you ain't.
There's
competing
nothing. There's nothing that you can do within that hour to 3 hour time that's gonna make an imprint as much as the man who was with her for 10 years.
So that's the girls that you would like kindly sleep with. And don't even pursue a relationship with that girl because you're competing with that other guy.
Yeah.
She needs to get out completely. Like, because women imprint, that person, especially when they're in love. Now, if they weren't in love, it's different.
Right.
Because some girls be with guys for 10 years don't even love them.
Right.
So it all depends on the situation. You can see like some girls with their baby daddies, like the ones that they really want, they're pursuing them still.
Right.
Then there's ones like, I can't believe I had a baby. Like,
Oh,
I
yeah.
can't stand this motherfucker. So it's just based on those decisions. But another thing about the rebound is that if they share kids, you're wasting your time, bro.
Oh yeah, and you're setting yourself up, even if it does work, for hard times ahead and a lot of complications.
Yeah.
But
I'm not saying you can't be a stepdad, but I'm
No.
saying in the 2 months, like you got to give that. I would wait a year.
Yeah.
To commit to a girl, at least a year to commit to a girl that was in over a 2-year
Right.
relationship.
In other words, like say the same thing Randall's saying. In other words, it's like, do not invest your emotions into girls when you know you're in the rebound stage. Because their emotions are still highly up for grabs. There's no stability with those emotions. Like Randall said, they need to go through their time to figure out their own shit inside their head. Yeah. And like you said, if it's a physical thing, because we've all heard of, the physical rebounds. Yeah. Those are different. But, some sucker-ass dudes out there are going to get caught up and fall in love off of the physicality. And that's what here at Boys to Men we're trying to tell you to stray away from, bro. Don't invest your emotions if you know you're in a rebound situation. Hold those things off until you know you're the guy that she's pursuing now.
Yeah. It's funny because I have my grandpa on the podcast. Even though he's a season finale, I already did it. And we're talking about insecure men. Like a lot of insecure men are coming out. Mm-hmm. And he was like, you know what it is? I never even looked at it. He's like, at the young age, you can be secure as shit with your girl. But as soon as you have sex, that's when the insecurities come out for men. Because, like,
It's interesting.
Yeah. And it makes sense because, like, some guys they're already whooped without it. And then they get that endorphin release sexually. Mm-hmm. And for some girls, it's not that big. Like, I don't know. It should be that way for women.
Right.
But in this new age, it's men, and then they have all these insecurities because they slept with them. They just want to be around them 24/7, and like how a girl should be around a man. Yeah. So I was like, I never even thought about that. Like that's kind of what's causing these insecurities for us dudes is we getting attached to the sex.
Yeah, we are.
To where you hit it and then it's like, oh shit, like and it's just you're already feeling that way.
Yeah.
But like if you're on your purpose and you're just looking at it from it's the girl, like, she's auditioning for me. Sex is just sex.
You got to differentiate between the two, like you said. Otherwise, you can set yourself up for heartbreak, failure, a lot of bad things. You can set yourself up for feeling rejected. Yeah. You have to be on the same page with the other individual as far as what it is. Yeah. Because if you think we're in a relationship and she thinks that we're just having sex, then someone's going to be set up to get hurt in the long run. And it's like what we talked about in a prior podcast. I think it's kind of goes back to what your grandfather was saying is men and women initially have sex for two different reasons. Yeah. The man wants to have the physical sex and the woman have sex with us because they want the relationship.
But now it's different. In these times,
or the attention.
Reversed. It's reversed. If you actually look at young men, men want relationships. Women want to get the bag.
Yeah.
The shit's reversed. Just like that sounds. Yeah. Men want the relationships. Women want the bag.
Yeah.
It's totally fucking different now. If you
That's
look
scary.
At it, if you look at the dating pool and the messages that I'm getting, it's not women asking for advice.
Right.
It's not women. Women want delusional standards.
Right.
They're asking how to get a millionaire. Like, I'm getting all these bum-ass dudes. How do I get this millionaire? That's what the whole Kevin Samuel show was.
Right.
Rest in peace.
Right.
But they're not asking, how do I lock this man down?
Right.
Like, no, I got fucking 10 options. I want that one, though.
Right.
How do I get that motherfucker?
Right.
These dudes are calling with one itis, bro. Like, these men are hitting me up about one itis. One woman, one woman, one woman, one woman.
It's crazy.
And these girls, I'll go, because I do my research, Right. Guess what I got to feature? I just added this. I gotta show you this. I'm really proud of this. I gotta show you this shit. We're all gonna have this though.
Let's go.
Look at. What is that? Look at that. No, you right there.
Content. Randall asking anything you can.
You see the money thing?
Oh, okay, okay.
I got a questionnaire.
Let's go.
Thing, like on my link tree.
Wow.
Ask a question. $40 for an email.
It's like a super chat.
$100 for a video call with me. You know what I'm saying?
Let's go. Run it up though.
Yeah.
Run it up.
So I was like trying to figure that shit out. Like I'm like, oh, I can put that on there because people have been messaging me and stuff like that. And like, well, what do you offer? I'm like, I'm just here for you.
Right.
I was like, my wife was like, you gotta put something out there. I'm like, I don't know. What do I do? I start a website? And I just seen this option for my link tree. So you click my link tree, it's like ask me anything. Click it. You want to, and I put. You can. It's free.
That's genius.
If you want to email me, and we'll talk about it on this podcast. So the email, the stuff, some of the stuff we talk about, we'll talk about it. But if you want a direct response,
right?
You want a conversation, it's right here,
right? And everything's always anonymous for anyone.
Shit.
We're never gonna say your name, anything. We're just gonna talk about the situation so that other people can learn from it. And that's why he does it for free. Right. Because if you're gonna offer up the situation to us and use it, for our crowd to grow. Then we'll help you out for free. Right. No problem.
But if you want direct, like a lot of these, I'm talking to like 6 guys right now, and they're all like one-itis and direct conversation for this one person. I'm like, that's taking time for me and stress because it's like, dude, you're not. So it's like I put that option out there. So now I'm working with you, and I'm like, it's my problem. Your dick is my dick. Your problems are my problems.
I love that.
But So next one.
All right, so we're on to B2 readily available, guys. B2 readily available for these girls at the beginning. Randall said multiple texts, letting 3 texts stack up before she even texts you one time. If she says, hey, at the drop of a hat, you want to get Starbucks right now? And you're just like, oh, yeah, let me just drop everything that I'm doing to get Starbucks with you at the last second. That's the type of shit that we're talking about.
And this is how it'll be. All right, hey, so you want to go out with me? No, not today. Hey, let me call Chris. Chris is not available. Mike's not available. This person's not available. All right, you know what? Hey, Alex, would you like to go out with me?
Sure, let's go.
I'm not doing nothing.
Yeah, I'm doing nothing right now. It's crazy you called, actually. I was just thinking about you.
Wait, that was this one. Okay.
So
but for real, you can't be that available. And I think it's a test too. Women will test you to see if you're about your shit. So if you're like, which comes back to the lies in the beginning. I'm glad you said that because this makes sense now. So a woman, let's say you're about, okay, I got a business, I got this, I do this, I do this. Oh, cool. I'm gonna put you in the list of potentials. So then, she'll flake on you on purpose and then call you at 3 hours a random day, like, hey, let's go to lunch right now. Yeah, right. Sure. Motherfucker, if you was really about all your business and had all this shit, well, how can you be available right now? Because all these other guys I'm talking to ain't available. You the only available motherfucker, and you talking about all this entrepreneur, self-employed shit. You're out.
Expose yourself for capping. Real quick. And then she ain't going to believe anything else you say after that, so there's nothing you can even say to get her back because you already exposed yourself as a lying fool.
I mean, because let's be realistically. We're not fucking Dwayne Johnson. We're not, Kevin Hart's. But I'm telling you right now, there's no way that you can just call me right now and me to come be with you. It's impossible.
real.
I work fucking this many hours, then I have this, then I got kid. Like, it's not happening.
Right.
You want to get me on the schedule, we got to plan at least, what's today, Sunday? I could be available on Tuesday, Wednesday. Like, okay, yeah, I got an hour here. Let me look at my schedule. Mm-hmm. You can't just stop what you're doing. And motherfuckers don't even say the word, let me look at my schedule.
Right. If I were dating right now, and today's a Sunday, so the next time I would be able to go on a date with all the shit that I have going might be on Saturday or Friday. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so... And that's a good thing for a woman. She's gonna be like, oh, this fool's got shit to do. His time is valuable. Mm-hmm. Your time gets more valuable when you put yourself in that situation as well. Yeah. Because she's like, oh man, this guy doesn't have a lot of time, and he's spending the little bit of time that he has with me.
Yeah.
So that makes her feel even better.
And what it is that when a woman values your time, you won't get flaked on. A lot of these motherfuckers get flaked on 24/7 because they know that you what they're doing. They're setting dates with you for food or to go out, and they might even like you, but there's this other guy they really like that never has time.
Yep.
So if he says, "Hey, I'm available now," they're gonna flake on you because you have too much time.
Priority male, homie.
Bro, this is guy, right? And he's fucking talking to this girl online. I've been telling him to pull back and do all this other stuff, right? He comes to me, he's like, "Hey, we had an 11-hour conversation yesterday."
Jeez.
I'm like, how the fuck do you have 11 hours to talk to someone at 23?
Bro, at 20, the last time I talked to, first of all, wait,
11
I've never talked
hours.
to anyone. I've never talked to anyone 11 hours. But the longest conversations I had was when I was in middle school, when we used to have phones.
Yeah.
And the only time you could spit any game or do anything with a girl when you're that age, because you can't go meet up, is talk on the phone.
Hey, what you doing today? Oh, I'm just watching Nickelodeon. yeah. You don't even say anything.
Hey,
falling asleep and shit on the phone.
But for real, so on some real shit. Sorry, I have to adjust my mic one time. On some real shit, you have to think about how gangster we were as little ass middle schoolers, bro. Yeah. Because we would have to call this girl's house that we liked, and their dad knew that we liked them in middle school, and the dad or the mom would pick up the phone, and you'd be like, Is Jessica there? And you'd have to straight up go through her dad every single time just to get on the phone, knowing on top of it, before the days of the cell phone, Pops could pick up the other line any second and listen to what your little punk ass was talking about to his daughter.
Yep.
So
man, it was a different ball game. I think that made us better though.
Oh yeah.
Because we got to experience that real life action. Like, hey, is Jessica there? It's funny because my girlfriend's name was Jessica, and and the dads don't like you, but they can't like hang up. Like, Dad, let me talk to him, please.
Right.
And the house phone era, and now motherfuckers don't even have to. Girls don't even give out the number. Like, hit me up on Instagram.
Oh yeah.
So they can look at it and not give you no attention. Like.
Oh yeah. I mean, you think about it though. You can you can have a phone call on Instagram. You can, just sit there and text. It's weird world we live in now.
Have a full relationship in it, and then you can delete it, put it in vanish mode. Like Instagram is setting people up to have affairs. Vanish mode.
Oh yeah.
Like you do vanish mode, like Snapchats and shit like that. So that way you can't be seen when you do it, and
it's dirt. It's dirt mode.
Dirt mode.
Dirt mode.
Hoe mode. Man, the world is a trip.
Yeah.
All right, next topic.
One more thing, real quick. Sorry, I just wanted to touch back on being ready to too readily available, real quick. It's a huge sign too, as far as if you are dating someone or pursuing something with someone who is too readily available, you have to look at that, and you also have to say, man, that is a huge. It's a huge sign of codependency. So when people are like that and they're too readily available right from the gate, it probably means that they're going to end up being a codependent partner, which is not good. You don't want that. So just to touch back on that, I just wanted to close back and say, watch the codependency, because that's directly related to being too readily available.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, yeah, it is, but also can be like, you just don't have any game. You don't have any other options.
True.
True. Because. At one point in time, I could drop what I was doing to go get some booty.
Right.
But I just wanted the booty.
Right.
I was like, man, I've been trying to smash this girl for a while, and no one's hit me up. It's dry. Like, actually, I ain't doing shit. Yeah, I'm on my way.
Yeah, I feel you. Okay,
So I do understand that too. But there's something we got. Like, there might be guys who, even if you're in a drought, you can't be too available.
Right.
So we have to hit both angles.
Yeah.
You're right. It is. You're gonna, but we're helping the dudes. The girls need to scream them out. So
True that.
That's on you.
True that.
Like, hey, if we're codependent, like that, it is what it is. Like, we'll have to learn our own.
Yeah.
Like,
figure it out, young man.
Game, man.
True that. True that.
You're lucky. He just gave you a gym. We're gonna give you a.
I giveth and I taketh gems. I giveth and I take.
That's for the ladies right there. If a guy's too readily available, he might be codependent on your ass.
So watch out. So what you got next, Randall?
Don't talk about your ex.
Oh, that's a great one.
Good or bad, because that can be a sign. So especially if a woman likes you, if you start talking about your ex, she's gonna think women are really, really, really good at building walls and barriers around their hearts, vaginas, brains.
Sorry.
Because like almost real shit. Like, let's say you're on a date and this girl likes you, and
right.
you're like, damn, my ex used to do that.
Yeah.
My baby mama cooked. My baby mama food was like this, or like you start talking about that shit too much. It's like she's gonna start building these walls not to fall for you because you're not. That's showing that you're not ready.
Right.
And then on the flip side of it, talking bad about your ex is gonna show that you're a pillow talker. So you don't want to talk about your ex at all. It's like, hey, so what was your last relationship? Oh, it was like 2 years ago. We just grew apart. That's it.
Yep. Keep it brief. Keep it simple.
Brief. Now when you're about to get married or move in with each other, if you want to start, she broke my heart. Actually, don't even say that shit because like you don't want to. I think that if you open the door that someone else took advantage of you, broke your heart, or anything like that, then a woman can use it. Like see that you are that type of
vulnerable,
and then maybe be able to do the same thing. Because a lot of times, women pre-qualify men.
Right.
So whatever. Now, if you're perceived as the guy that's going to hit it right, they're going to pre-qualify you for that. If you're perceived as a simp, they're going to re-qualify you for that. If they know that you get your heart broken and keep trying and do this and do that, they might use that like
against you.
I'm gonna be with this guy for 3 years, get everything out of him. I'm gonna cheat on him, and then he's still gonna take me back. I already know because he told me in the beginning that his wife cheated on him and he stayed with him. Yeah. So I got that information now, so I know that he's gonna tolerate it.
Yeah. Love is war. Love can be war sometimes, and you got to be careful of the information that you give to the enemy.
Yeah. I mean, I hate to put it that way, but it's just...
Sometimes it is, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I love my wife. We've been together for 16, 17 years, but every once in a while, we step foot on opposite sides of the battlefield.
Absolutely.
And it's just the way it goes.
So I would just be careful with anything about your ex, anything about your past in that aspect.
Unless you're asked, I'd say. Unless you're asked, or no?
If you're asked, brief.
Right, brief.
Because I that's what I was saying. Like, you might say that you got your heart broken, but then that could be fucking...
Right. No. And at the same time, on top of what Randall's saying, like, you're killing the shit out of the quality time or the time that you do have with that person when you're talking about that shit. Yeah. Like, I've been with people or dated people who have done that before, and... we were younger, so I just don't think that maybe they were too cognizant of it. But, man, every time we were together and they started doing that shit, I wanted to crawl out of my skin. I was sitting there in my head thinking, why the fuck are me and you sitting here at dinner across from each other and we're discussing your ex? This is whack. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, it definitely ain't cool to talk about your ex.
Agreed.
Moving on, other things that we're not going to do when we first meet someone. This is a big one for me because I've seen this happen from the beginning of time, from middle school to high school to now even, is people stop hanging out with their real friends and they put everything onto this one person. It's not good. It's all bad. I had a friend who recently... this guy was big on doing that. Like, literally, his whole friend group, nobody heard of this guy for, like, the last 5-6 years. This guy got married, didn't talk to any of us, just cut us all off. We didn't have any clue what the hell he was doing. And he ended up getting a divorce. Shit didn't work out. And when this guy was done, he had nobody to turn to. And it was crazy because... the way that he had to reconnect with everybody rather than just us already being there for him and saying, hey, bro, we know you're going through a divorce and, we're here for you for anytime you want to kick it, whatever. Like, that's not how it even went because, number one, we're all out of touch. We didn't even have any clue he was in a divorce. And he had to come to all of us apologizing. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm sorry I cut all you guys off and I haven't talked to you for years, but I could use some friends now, And, of course... We did what we needed. He's our friend. He's our boy. But it's just like, fuck, man, you don't have to cut people off. Just because you have a significant other doesn't mean you cut off all your friends. It's actually very, very healthy to keep your friend group because you're not the only, your significant other is not the only person that you have to spend your time with. Your significant other might have shit that she wants to do without you, and you have shit that you want to do without her. The masculine and female energy are opposite, so you guys aren't going to be attracted to doing the same things, and you need other males to do that with and share those experiences with. So don't be one of those dudes who cuts off all of your friends just because you find a chick. It's stupid.
Agreed. I think you...
Yeah, I went on a bit of a rant there.
No, you got you got everything out. The next one will be don't be indirect. I think communication is key, and as a man, you should always show that you can lead. So you're gonna be direct when you speak, not rude, direct.
Right.
A lot of guys beat around the bush, and they're indecisive, and it's just unattractive. So put your best foot forward when you're dating and you go out and meet a woman. Don't be indirect, be direct.
Yep.
Let her know that you want, to be a dating prospect. And you don't have to say, "Hey, I want to be a dating prospect," but you always want to keep sexy.
Yep.
Never put out friendly vibes. Never put off, "I'm gonna take care of you" vibes. Just look. You see this? Yeah. We. You know what this is.
Mm-hmm.
You know what this date is. Like that's what your energy should be.
Yeah.
It should be. That this is what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
This is a fucking date.
Yeah.
Not like, is this a date?
Right.
This is a fucking date.
Yeah.
And what happens after dates, girl? At least 2 or 3. 3. Like it needs to be in that. So you're gonna be direct. Like keep it sexy.
Yeah. And I think what you're talking about is most prevalent again in like high school. Because I used to be one of those guys who I thought, I need to play games with girls because girls like to play games, so I'll play the game with them, right? Mm. But then I saw these other guys in high school taking the opposite approach, the very direct approach, like, hey, I want to be your boyfriend. We do the boyfriend-girlfriend thing. And those were the dudes who were getting what they wanted.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I would look and I'd be like, look, what's this guy doing? Damn, this guy's really fucking direct with these women. He doesn't really play that game at all. So I think what you're saying is super true, and I think that the sooner males learn what you're saying right now, the sooner they're going to learn to get what they want faster, and they're going to save themselves a shitload of time by taking that approach.
Closed mouths don't get fed.
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
Moving on?
Yeah.
Okay, I think that one of the things that you definitely should not do when you meet somebody is put your purpose to the side. I've seen a lot of guys do that, guys driven, guys on their mission, guys focused on something, they're pushing at something, even if it's like in the jiu-jitsu community. Let's just take jiu-jitsu, for example, because that's something that I've been doing for the last, 13, 14, whatever it is, I don't even know. But I've seen a lot of people, on the grind next to me every single day. Yeah. Us putting in that work, us driving towards our goals of whatever belt it is that we want to get or whatever it is we're looking to do, do good in tournament, whatever it is. And they get someone on their outside life and they get a significant other and they drop everything that they were pushing towards and all of their purpose and they put it all to the side because they just become so infatuated and they actually end up in the long term losing themselves.
Yeah, and they're gonna lose that girl too. You can't do that.
Yeah, you're gonna end up losing both.
Right.
So.
Yeah. You can't leave your purpose, you guys. Purpose has, and the thing is, that's probably why she's attracted to you. Like the things you got going on in your life is attractive. So you never want to lose your body. You never want to lose your anything. Mm-hmm. In fact, you want to keep getting better. You want to give her a reason to stay around. Yeah. So who you are attracted her. Who you become makes her stay around.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
definitely. They want to be driven. You know what I mean? Like you're in a boat, and they want that boat to be moving. They don't want that boat to be drifting. When you're drifting, you're subject to where the waves carry you. Yeah. When you got your motor turned on, you're chopping through those waves. You're going where the fuck you want to go. And that's the type of boat that a woman wants to be on. She doesn't want to be in a little sailboat when the storm comes and you're a victim to wherever those waves push you. She wants to know, my man's got this shit. We're headed in a direction. We'll cut through them waves and we'll get to where we need to be.
Yes, sir. I think we should do one more each, and that should be enough.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah, so I'm going to go with don't be a fucking nice guy. We have a whole episode on that, but it's super important to let you guys know that just like don't be indirect, don't be nice, don't be a pushover, none of that shit.
Yeah.
She needs to earn your kindness. And when I don't mean go out and be a dick, but don't go out of your way to do things for someone you barely fucking know.
Yep.
It's like in the beginning, I'm talking about doing nails for my wife. Like, okay, I've known her for 5 years. We live together. She's my wife. We're married. Like, she takes care of me. I take care of her.
She supports everything you do.
It's her business. She's on my podcast. Like,
right.
How can I have her do a whole segment, 12 episodes a year, and I can't fucking do a fake nail set for her content?
Compromise.
So it's like, I do that because it's different. when you are meeting someone, no, you can't do that shit. Like if I didn't know her, I'm like, you fucking nuts.
Right.
You gotta pay me.
Right.
You know, and you guys gotta have that attitude. Like you're nuts. Don't be afraid of like. You might not say it that way. Hang on. You're tripping. You know, because no, you can't be nice. You can't be doing all this extra shit because it's not gonna get you nowhere.
No, it's not.
I wish it would. You know, if it could, I would say do it.
Right.
But it's been tested through the trials of time that being nice,
Statistically, it's not going to work out for you.
you're not going to get what you want.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, a girl can fucking like you. If you do too much for her, she's going to like you no more. Because you got to understand, especially in this time and age, always know that women, I was trying to tell this kid that. I'm like, she's talking to 3 or 4 guys, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you need to talk to more people.
Yeah.
Because if a girl is talking to 3 guys and these 2 don't fucking do shit for her, she's going to cut you off because you're weird.
Yep.
She's not gonna go towards you.
Right.
Like she's like, why is something wrong with him? He's gonna
Right.
kill me in my sleep.
Right.
Like,
well, she's also not going to go towards you because she doesn't have to fucking go towards you. You're going towards her.
Yeah.
She's going to chase the 2 guys who aren't going towards her.
but the reason, like, why that nice? Because creeps, bro. Like, why is he doing all this stuff and he doesn't know me? Is he trying to kill me in my sleep?
Right.
Like he's trying to get close to me. You gotta think like that's not what I would think.
Hell yeah.
Like I dated this chick. I didn't even date her. It didn't last longer than like a month. But I knew this chick, and she was awesome. But she was so fucking needy. She was too nice. She was trying to buy me shit, and I just thought it was fucking weird. I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was fucking weird for a woman to want to buy me shit.
You start asking
You know,
yourself,
it's like,
what's this
what the
person
fuck is
want?
wrong with this girl? Like, do I look like I need your money? Like,
Right.
who are you used to fucking with?
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, get the fuck out. I don't want. That's not what I want. You need to like. I don't want women to buy me shit. You need to cook for me. You need to service me.
Yep.
That's my test. Like, if I'm dating, I don't want you to buy me shit.
I feel you.
You to service me. Because I've dated in this new era. It's like, and these girls come with, like, they think that's attractive.
Right.
Like, oh, yeah, I'll buy your meal. Like, the fuck?
Right.
Like, I don't, can you cook?
Right.
You know, like, nah. And like, it lasted, like, I hit it a couple times. That was it.
Yeah.
And because when I started to pull back, she came aggressive. Like a dude would. Like, so I pulled back and stopped giving it after I hit.
Right.
I just pulled back.
I remember when we were younger, one of my homies used to have this girl who he had on the side, and it used to be kind of like a joke between us because, no joke, man, every time this girl came to hang out with him, she had a Macy's bag, and she brought him a couple $100 worth of clothes, cologne, every time she showed up. And she knew she was the side chick. You know what I mean? And it was the weirdest thing. He would be like, hey, watch, she's coming back. She's coming with this Macy's bag filled with more stuff for me.
Yeah. When it's younger, it's okay. Like that's pimping. It's like cool.
Right. I'm talking
cool.
Right.
When you're an adult, you know, like in my age, that's not attractive to me.
Still makes you question shit, like you're saying. It makes me. It's like, why are you buying?
When I was younger, I didn't question it. I was like, yeah, you better buy me shit because that's the only way you're gonna get around me.
Right.
The only way you're gonna get around me is you can do something for me because I'm broke. You know what I mean? I need something like, hey, take care of me. Now it's like that's unattractive to me.
Right.
Absolutely, like 100%.
I feel you.
When you're dating in this new era, because that's what they come with, only that.
Right.
See, back then, women would have other things, like they would do that. They would also fucking cook for you, like whatever it took to get you. That's what they're trying to do.
Right.
So they're thinking, okay, I'll get him gifts because it's cute love. Like, okay, I'm gonna buy him stuff. Like, I get that. But in this age, at fucking 30 years old, you're fucking. That's what you're doing. Like to me, it's. I don't even know you. Like I don't want that. Like that. Nah, that's not what I'm looking for.
Some weird shit.
I don't want nobody taking no. Let's just keep it sexual and that's it.
Right.
Because in my age, you know, I guess dating with a purpose or whatever it is, like if I'm gonna smash you or we're gonna be together. Like,
right.
You know, not like that, but like either you're smashable and it's gonna end soon, or you have potential to be with me.
Right.
And if you're neither of them because you're weird, you're out. Like I'm not wasting my time with you. Like, you know.
Right.
I hit that pullback button so quick, it was like dun dun dun
Reverse
dun dun.
it.
And she went nuts, bro.
I bet.
I remember talking to my wife about it, like, because my wife had came over. Because I was dating a couple girls at the same time.
Right.
She was my wife then.
Right.
You know, and I was like, I'm afraid of this chick. Like, I'm afraid that she's going to show up because she knows where I live. And she's like, why are you doing this to me? I'm like, all I said is I'm busy.
Right.
That's all I said. I was like, hey, I'm busy right now. I can't talk.
Fatal attractions, bro.
Yeah,
Fatal attractions. That shit's crazy.
Yeah.
So the last one I'm going to say, and it kind of ties into like the last two, but it's just a little different, is changing who you are. You know what I mean? I've seen people change who they are with the women that they are, because I guess at the beginning they're just chameleons and they stood for nothing.
It's called mirroring.
They're just mirroring. I love that's great term as mirroring. It's like,
Well, it's actually a term in the dating market these days. It's called mirroring.
okay.
Like it's advice you would give to a guy. Like women would mirror you to get what they want.
Okay.
So it's like you let's say you're a millionaire, and this girl comes in and next she finds out all this about you. And okay, I love black coffee too. Oh really? I love black coffee. Oh, I'm a Raiders fan too. So you just think you met this magical girl.
Right.
Like, oh my God, she's so perfect.
We're just
with
like
all
each
this
other.
stuff in common. Just so she can get your ass.
Wow.
So the term is actually
Fuck.
mirroring in the
That
dating
is
age now,
dangerous.
because women do shit
Terrifying.
like that. You go on the internet and be like, okay, he likes New Balance shoes. He likes this. He's a million. Okay, I'm gonna fucking mirror him. Just so you think you hit it off so well, and then next thing you know, you're pregnant and you got.
Yeah. No, that's terrifying. And that's terrifying. So yeah, don't change who you are. And plus, I think that women don't even want that as much as I've seen certain people do it. She wants you to be who you are. That's why she got with you in the first place.
Bingo.
So yeah, just don't change who you are. And don't try to be your mate. It's fucking weird.
Yeah. I mean, opposites attract.
Exactly. I've seen a couple instances where very, very rarely where you see couples that like to do the same shit and they're like very similar. Mm-hmm. And yeah, it's just, to me, that's not, I don't think that would be the dynamic I could fit in necessarily, but it's not what I'm looking for.
Right. And I think it's important to say on that same subject is that if you change for the better, it's okay.
Yeah.
So it's like,
100%.
let's say she's way better with money than you are, and you copy that. That's
right.
fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
If she wants to go travel and you didn't, that's fine.
Right.
if it's for the good,
Positive.
it's okay.
100%.
But if you're just doing it to get her to like you, no. Don't
Yeah.
change who you are as a person, but you can become better as a man.
Yes, 100%.
Because that's the one, I think, when you're looking for a partner, you need a woman to level you up.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to be with a woman that can't level me up.
Everyone
That's why I didn't want the girl who's buying me shit. That can't level me up. I got my own money. I need someone to help me make more money.
Exactly.
Like, don't come here and offer me shit. Show me what you can do for me so I don't have to do it.
Right.
That's, to me, it's like, hey, I'm good at A, B, C, D. I need someone to be good at elemental P.
Yep. I feel you.
Yeah.
As you get older, like we talk about vibrating higher, right? And if your spouse or that person that you put next to you can make you vibrate at a higher frequency, then don't fight that.
Yeah. All right, you got anything else?
That's it, man. That's it. It's been a beautiful talk today. I'm glad that we could sit down and put our ideas out like this to these guys. So.
Yeah. Well, on to the next episode. See you guys next week.
Have a good one, boys.
Oh.